Hi everybody, this is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, and I'm super duper excited to bring you another interesting video. But before I get started with this video, I have to share with all of you, Happy New Year. 2024 is here upon us. Can you believe it? I can't. I had a couple of rough years there, but towards the end of 2023, things started to pick up for me, and a lot of it has to do with creating content for all of you on YouTube. It has opened up so many interesting doors, gave me a lot of newfound confidence, and it also gave me a reason to get busy over the weekends and figure out things that I wanted to share with you guys out there. And I can't tell you what a salvation that has been for me. And so I want to wish everybody out there Feliz Año Nuevo, Happy New Year. I love you guys, and I'm so grateful to have all of you a part of my journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So with that, let's just get this video started. Recently, Sophie and I have visited the Newark Museum, and I brought to you some content. But there's one final content that I want to share with you from the Newark Museum. This museum, if you get a chance, you have to visit it. I've visited many of the great museums here in New York. I've always been a lover of the museums, but it's my first time going to the Newark Museum, and it thoroughly impressed me, and I plan to spend more time in this museum. And they had some amazing content, and I think I really appreciated the Newark Museum because of all the ethnic jewelry and the ethnic presentations that were on display, and that's where my love is right now. And so I not only love the museum, I love their gift shop. They have an adorable little gift shop that has so many wonderful treats. And it's almost like a little boutique, and the prices were spot on. This museum's gift shop was so well curated that I would go and visit just the gift shop because of all the cute, unique gifts that you can get for loved ones. I ended up purchasing these two dolls. These are two muñecas or dolls. They're like African dolls, and this one has her beautiful African headdress. Gorgeous dress. Oh my gosh, look at this. And she even has a tiny little baby on her back. I just fell in love with her earrings, the cute little red thread for her lips. I just thought this was adorable. And this girl, OMG, she's also wearing some fabulous jewelry. But look at her gorgeous muumuu kente cloth dress. I think these are just simply adorable. I love them. After attending the museum and going back and flipping through my pictures and seeing which ones I like, which ones I wanted to present to you, I realized that some of these pieces I recognize. And then I realized after the fact that I actually have this book, and it's called Arts of Global Africa, the Newark Museum's collection. And I can't believe I had this book in my book collection. This book I actually acquired at the thrift store. I think I paid like $4.99 or something like that, maybe even $3.99. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely worth it. I wish that I realized I had this book before I went there, but the good thing is the next time I go, I'll probably bring this book with me as reference, and it's a big mamma jamma. It's heavy. I don't know how much it costs, but it's definitely well worth it. I love these museum books because if you go to the exhibit and check out the collection, it's always a lot of fun reading up on it a little bit more in detail, because one of the things that I always get disappointed with when it comes to, look how beautiful this is. When I go to some of these museums is I wish that I can go on the tours. Sometimes there's tours available, but there's nothing like somebody just sitting there and explaining to you what these pieces are, because in all honesty, sometimes you can look at things out of context and not even know what it really is all about. So this book is a really, really great book, and it has a lot of the global African pieces that are in exhibit at the museum. So why don't we, at this point, take you on that journey with me and take a look at some of the pictures I took, and maybe I can give you a little bit of explanation of what they are. And I also want to share some other stuff with you. I recently took and passed my Pearl Specialist course, and the course is an online course that you take. You can take it at your leisure and at your time, but I always suggest that if you're going to take these courses, take them as quickly as possible. Don't let too much time pass in between, because then there's a lot of details and a lot of history that you have to remember. I am what they call a pearl specialist. Now, just because I'm a pearl specialist doesn't mean I'm a pearl expert. What it does mean is that I could probably distinguish pearls better than I did previous to taking this course. And so the best way to really, really learn about pearls is to actually touch them and feel them. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And hopefully I'll do a video for you guys so you can take a look at that. I've also taken another course that's due in February on the Victoria and Albert Museum. And one day when I go back to London, I'm definitely going to spend maybe 2 to maybe even 3 days at the Victoria and Albert Museum. Beautiful, beautiful place. I'm also going to be working on some collaborations, put out more content, and be a little bit more consistent with my content. And my viewer subscribership is increasing, so that's always great. Thank you guys for always hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate it so, so very much. So enough jibber jabber, let's get to the video.
Don't forget to check out the gift shop. Fabulous place to get beautiful curated gifts for your family, friends, and loved ones. This shop is small but mighty, and it's a fabulous place to get wonderful items. Just love it. It was due to this funny little guy here that I realized I had this fabulous book. This is called Man with a Bicycle, Mid-20th Century. It's by an unrecorded Yoruba artist from Nigeria. It's made with wood, pigment, and metal. The creator of this work, the late master carver Bungboye of Odo Owa, 1888 to 1978, said of his masterpiece, "You can look at it for a complete day." The Yoruba term would have been a praise name to highlight the intricacies and complexities of the composition. Carved from a single block of wood, this massive headdress was created to be worn in Ipa Elephant masquerades, annual festivals of renewal that celebrates the pillars of society, leaders and founders of communities, and by extension, the richness of the Yoruban urban social life. The central figure of this headdress represents an equestrian warrior. The most important bead of regalia of the Yoruba rulers is the big crown, worn on the most momentous occasions precisely because such a crown is actually a container on the concentrated acid in the form of magical medicines activated by sacred incantations and then embedded inside the summit of the conical crown that the wearer must never see. These valuable stones or glass beads used to make these crowns are likened to a Yoruba person's most precious possessions, which is children, as evidenced in the proverb, "Children are as precious as beads. They must be handled with great care." coral regala from the Kingdom of Benin is both rich in symbolism and has deep historical roots, worn by Benin royals for more than 5 centuries. Mediterranean coral was first introduced into the kingdom by Portuguese traders in the late 15th century. The color red is symbolic of power, blood, and danger within the Benin culture. Coral also symbolizes the ancestral realm of the sea, and by extension, the sea god Ologun. This fabulous object is called House of the Head, and it's made from the late 19th or earliest 20th century. It's by an unrecorded artist, probably of Yoruban descent from Nigeria. It's made with cowrie shells, fiber, cloth, leather, mirrors, wood, and metal. The 4 mirrors on this object reflects vigilance and protection from the 4 cardinal directions: north, east, south, and west. This is my favorite piece out of the entire exhibit. This is a man's corset from an unrecorded Dinka artist from Sudan, late 20th century. Dinka men's primary form of clothing was a corset made of glass beads and leather and fiber. These corsets are codified and signify age and wealth. The height of the corset in the back suggests that the man this was created for came from a wealthy cattle family, and the alternating red and black beads that he was 15 to 25 years old. Today, the corsets are replaced with simple belts, but I much prefer these gorgeous corsets. These are portable altars used in southern Benin to venerate the ancestors, made predominantly of wrought iron or steel by blacksmith artisans. They are commissioned by close relatives of the dead, either children or spouses, who have them consecrated and then kept in family shrines. During ceremonies, these altars become the focus of rituals that call the spirits of the ancestors to alight on the altars, receive sacrifices, listen to news of the living, and offer advice and blessings to their descendants. These are amazing Fulani earrings that depict the person's wealth by the size of their earring. The larger the size, the wealthier the person. On the other side of this museum is the Egyptian collection, where most of this jewelry that you'll be looking at comes from. And I'll remain silent for the rest of this video so you can enjoy. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Take care, love you, and Happy New Year.